Warning, we are a spoilers podcast. At times we are also an offensive podcast. And we are most certainly a verbally explicit podcast. So if you fear for any of your delicate sensibilities, please back up now before you reach the point of no return. Alright, pussies, this is your final warning.
Welcome to the final Bad Mother's Day episode, which is going to fall quite a bit outside of the Mother's Day area due to the fact that my ADHD-riddled ass cannot keep a schedule worth shit. With me today for this final episode, we have Dan.
Howdy, everybody out there.
Blunt Bob.
Nice to be back here, Chris.
Yeah, nice to have you back, Dan.
Yeah, what are we doing today? I don't. Nobody filled me in.
No? Not at all?
We're just glad to have you, Bob.
Mm-hmm. Just fly by the seat of your pants for a few minutes. I'm sure you can,
what
you can
movie
come
are
up
we
with
doing?
something.
Because we've already talked about the only 3 movies I've seen.
I just had Messenger open, and then all of a sudden Chris called, and I opened it up. I just kind of wandered into this episode.
Can we introduce the rest of the guests, please?
And Matt and Rachel from the Strange and Beautiful Book Club podcast, a frequent guest this season.
Hi, I'm Rachel.
And I'm Matt.
Why do they get a real intro and me and Dan are just Dan and Blunt Bob?
Because we're professionals.
We're professionals.
It's like almost like introducing like Jay and Silent Bob at this point.
We literally just have our phones just like pointing at us. They got like actual. They got like a whole like radio station set up over there. So,
I had that, but it didn't work last time I put it on.
Yeah, no, we couldn't hear you worth anything
I got
last
this thing,
time.
but it's always like a pain in the ass. I have like a Shure mic that you can plug into your phone.
Mine's bigger than yours.
Yeah, well, mine's got girth.
Which one?
No, mine does.
Is that one mine?
I think that one's mine.
We even have special effects.
My mic does that, it just don't work.
I'm not that fancy. Not even remotely.
And this is your show.
Much like the rest of my life, this just kind of sits here and does what it needs to do, but not much else.
Your book's like mine, it's kind of chody.
You can find it in the dark.
Hello.
And today's episode, we are basically going to be running down our top 5 list of bad moms in cinema. Everybody's individual list. We're going to start from 5, working our way up to 1. For Bob, he's just going to throw things at us at random, I guess. Seeing as he kind of wandered in here, right? Yeah.
Yeah, my list is designed to be funny. It's not designed to be like 1 through 5. I mean, it is kind of because if I start with 5, you're gonna know I'm trolling the shit out of you guys. That's what you get for bringing on a comedian. So if I start with 5, the bit is already blown, but it might be funny that way. Who knows?
Well, my 1 through 5 list was sort of slapdash thrown together last minute because I have had literally no time to think or sit down or even watch movies the past couple of weeks. So, yeah. So we'll see how this works out.
We put ours together last night.
Yeah.
Oh,
I guess
preparation.
Preparation.
I was.
Isn't it funny how as adults we just the procrastination just doesn't
I did mine
do
days
homework
ago.
anymore?
It just kind of sticks with us with different things.
I saved my procrastination for work.
I just procrastinate with my life and my goals and my hopes and my dreams.
I procrastinate with my right hand.
No, you don't.
I believe you're mispronouncing that word.
I mean,
So that's the wrong Asian word.
Explain
that
that
is the wrong Asian word.
I can't wait to sleep at his house tomorrow.
Sleep with one eye open,
Lock the door.
He may only be able to get one eye open, depending upon your aim.
One eye to one eye.
I'm
What's
just
that?
happy to be here.
Okay.
Like you're doing an eye exam at the at the eye doctor. Is that E? Is that a giant G? Is that an O?
It's more of an O. Anyway.
All right, can we get to the fucking topic?
Never.
We didn't stray quite as long as we normally do that time. We didn't. We were
That's because
fairly...
we got it all out in the half an hour it
we
took us to get to hit
pre-gamed
record.
Yeah, we
Yes,
missed
pre-
quite a
This
bit
is
before
probably
we
my
started.
favorite podcast I've been on. Not the best podcast, but my favorite.
I don't aim to be the best. I just aim, and if it falls somewhere, good, great, fantastic. All right, so we're gonna start with Blunt Bob, working our way through Matt and Rachel over to Dan, and then me last. Seeing as your list doesn't need to be, you said 1 through 5, 5 through 1.
I don't know. You think I should do it the way I intended to do it, or you think I should do it
Yes.
5 through 1?
Yes.
I mean, you had
That's the way I
a.
intended. Because I'm doing this. Mine is rated. Mine is rated as far as humor.
Okay.
So it gets funnier as it goes on.
That's a good scale.
I mean, that's.
Although we have to take everything he says with a grain of salt because he hasn't actually watched any of these movies.
That's true.
Yeah, I haven't seen. I've only seen 3 movies. So, and they're all. I mean, all 5 of my list are characters from the 2 Super Mario Brothers movies and Hudson Hawk.
These must be
And
the
2 of those movies
cameos.
didn't even have any mothers.
They're like
That's true.
cameos in there, right?
All right.
All right.
So my number 1 is so my number 1 is probably going to be, this is a big one, and I'm sure this is going to be on every list, and it is Kate McAllister in Home Alone.
That is on our list.
That was on my list too.
Yeah, I figured it was going to be on everybody's list because
Nope.
she's the
it's
worst.
obvious she loses the kid twice. And
Yeah.
it's just like one could argue that she went through all this trouble to get the kid back, but you lost the kid in the first place.
Twice.
Twice.
And then the lead up was shit too.
And when
Well-
you're going on a big vacation, like my mother, if we were going on a big vacation, like I would be like the first person she checked was like right next to her. If I was the youngest as well.
The youngest, yeah. Well, I mean, she didn't like him.
Yeah.
Let's
It
be
didn't
honest.
help that he was a piece of shit the night before.
Okay,
Well,
you
she
guys
was-
are parents, right? You guys are parents. And I'm
Yeah.
not saying that you're an example of this, but I think you can have an insight on, like, a parent's always going to love their kid. But they're not always going to like their kid.
He's not an asshole the night before. The pervy uncle is. Frank.
Most of the situations,
And the
he's
asshole
responding
older brother.
appropriately.
Yeah.
Leave
asshole older
Buzz.
brother.
Leave Buzz behind.
Yeah.
yeah,
not
nobody's
sorry.
actually listening to Kevin.
Yeah.
I think that was
Kevin's
a pretty
like, I
much
didn't do
a.
any of that. And they're like, come on, Kevin. And then the uncle is always an asshole to Kevin, and the mom lets him be an asshole.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like, I kind of feel... So here's my whole thing about Home Alone. I like the first movie. The second movie is stupid. It goes way too far, and I'm rooting for the robbers in the second movie because he takes it too far in the second one.
See, I love the second one.
The second one's slower.
He beats the fucking shit out of them. He electrocutes them. He drops them off a building. He throws,
He
like,
lights
you know
them
how many
on
times they
fire.
should have died? Like, at that point, he's just sick, man. And that is proof that he becomes the Jigsaw Killer. But I argue, people try to say that Kevin McAllister
In
becomes
this
the Jigsaw Killer.
essay.
Thank you for coming to my TikTok.
People try to say that Kevin McAllister grows up to be the Jigsaw Killer. I argued that and say that he grows up to be the Collector.
Oh.
Because the Collector sets traps in a home. We also don't know who the Collector is because he wears a mask. He literally puts up Home Alone traps.
I smell a sequel.
Yeah.
Of Home Alone or the Collector? Because I've been waiting for a third Collector movie forever, and they keep fucking with us.
Crossover.
Have you ever seen the little short with Macaulay Culkin where he's an Uber driver?
Yeah, and he talks about being the Jigsaw Killer.
He's like, have you ever been home alone at Christmas and you had to defend yourself?
The big thing there is that the age difference between Macaulay Culkin and what's his name? What is Jigsaw's name? The actor.
Oh,
You're asking the wrong
Lord.
people.
Toby Bell.
Tobin
What
Bell.
is it?
Toby Bell.
Toby Bell, yeah.
Was it Tobin?
Tobin.
Toby
Tobin
Peter
Bell.
guy?
Tobin Bell.
But yeah,
Tobin
so
Bell, yeah,
Kate McAllister's not even worth discussing because it's so obvious.
Well, it was obvious enough that I didn't even have him on my list, so I mean...
What?
Nope,
Lame.
not on my list. Nope.
Dan, I had that action figure as a kid too.
Oh, you did you?
I
I
collected
lost all the heads to these action figures because they were so easy to lose.
I wasn't even
me
paying
too.
attention that he was
collected
playing
Beetlejuice
over
and
there.
Ninja Turtles.
I have no toys. I have no toys.
I'm ADHD, so I have to fidget. So
I have ADHD too. I'm just fidgeting with a wrapper of some sort right now. Just
I'm bipolar, so I gotta talk.
sometimes
all right,
to
so
yourself.
who's next?
Next,
Is it us?
Matt and Rachel.
Are we going clockwise? Okay, I went Queen Bavmorda from Willow.
Oh,
She tries to kill her own daughter. Willow.
use the wand on that throne.
I've never seen Willow.
What? Oh
Well,
man.
we already knew that.
That's true. You've only seen 3
I'm not a big
movies.
fantasy guy. I'm not big into fantasy movies.
Yeah, but do you love Val Kilmer?
Yeah.
I do love Val Kilmer.
Okay, then you'll love Willow. I'm not.
But isn't there a
into
midget in
fantasy
it? They
movies,
freak
and
me
I love
out.
Willow.
Yeah, but midgets freak me out. And
Warwick
it's also
Davis.
And
it's also the
Warwick
midget
Davis.
that
Warwick
played.
Davis
Yeah,
and Val Kilmer. They're like so good on screen.
but he played the
Yeah.
leprechaun, man. That shit scared the shit out of me as a kid.
That's fair. He's also Wicket from Star Wars.
He is.
Yeah, he's
also
one of the
wicked.
Ewoks.
He's one of the Ewoks.
Is he really?
Yeah.
He's in like everything.
Midgets freak me out, dude. Sorry. For anyone listening that is a midget, I meant little people freak me out.
Well, there are pecs in the movie.
Hex, like
Pecs.
flexing.
Like when Val Kilmer
No,
takes his
they
shirt
just
off.
call them pecs.
I know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
I like the little brownie dudes. They're my favorite.
Oh yeah.
Didn't Disney
Oh,
just
Kevin
bring it
Pollak.
back?
Disney did, and then they took it off immediately.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, why is she a bad mom?
Oh, her daughter shows up with Val Kilmer, and
She tries to
she
kill her
tries
daughter.
to kill her daughter.
Plus, she's the evil queen, and she tries to kill all the
She's the one who's trying
Children.
to kill all the
All the
firstborns or
everyone.
something like- or
Yeah, all
kill
the-
princess.
like girl children in a certain
Oh,
generation.
yeah, because there's
Well,
a
that's
prophecy
fine.
that a girl will be born that is going to kill her.
Well, that
If
part's
you turn it
fine.
over.
But the daughter thing's bad because we're talking about bad moms. We're not talking about bad people.
Yeah.
So killing other
Actually,
people.
Her daughter fell for Val Kilmer, which is entirely understandable. And
Yeah,
then she gets
I mean,
mad
even I
at
would do
her for falling for Val Kilmer, which is like, I mean, I'm sorry, it's Val Kilmer, it was going to happen. And then she turns her daughter into a pig.
That's a
Literally.
bad mom.
Well,
Literally.
isn't the baby her granddaughter? Because
No,
No,
no.
it's just a random.
it's just a random baby. Alora Dannon.
I thought Allura was the baby of the queen's daughter. I'll have to
No,
watch
because
it
she's
again.
born in that like dungeon at the very beginning.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
her
So why
mom is
would
like
Disney-
a worker in the castle.
Yeah.
1/8 episode season, and then pulled the show entirely for cost cutting measures. That's
Yeah.
like a really dumb move. You bring back a sequel. Well, it also didn't do well. The sequel did it?
It did all right, but it was one of those like made everybody realize that streaming isn't forever.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
they only released it on streaming and then they took it down.
And then they took it down
They're-
immediately.
They never
What?
released it on disc.
We're
I
talking
also
about
feel
the
like they
owners of
waited
the
too long
Disney
to do
Vault.
it. Like,
Yeah.
because you needed Val Kilmer there in order to make that magic happen.
Yeah, and the poor guy
Yeah,
he's
except-
going through. But these are the people that created the Disney Vault, so I'm not surprised because they're always like, "Get the movie now, or it's going in the vault."
Yeah.
Amateur sales tactics.
Yeah,
Fear of loss.
yeah. Disney plus Disney.
That would be a
Plus.
good heist movie. Be a good heist movie is people breaking into the Disney Vault
Ooh.
so they can watch Bambi.
Where the villain is man.
I saw a meme the other day. It was a guy explaining that his nickname for his wife is Bambi, and his wife thinks it's because she's cute, but he says really it's because he wants to shoot her mother.
That's such a clean joke.
It might be messy if he actually comes to actually doing it.
Yeah.
It could be a very messy joke.
Well, that's our number 5.
All right. Dan, number 5.
Number 5. Let's see. I got the list right here. Who
I
would be
probably
my
wrote
number
half of
5?
it.
Huh?
I probably wrote half your list.
Probably did. All right. How
He's just
about
pretending to read a list.
Olivia Soprano.
That don't count. It's TV.
Doesn't count. Well, god damn it. But I thought it was just pop
No, I
culture
think it
I
just
was
said
going to
Bad
pull some from
Moms.
books.
We pulled one from a TV show.
Okay, if I knew that, my list would have been a lot better.
Because my other one is a TV mom, too.
You know
Yeah,
what?
that's ain't right. You see, Chris said movie moms because I could have. My list would have been so much better if I knew it was TV.
Technically, it is a movie mom because there was a prequel film.
Ah, that's true. That
But
is
she's
true.
not in it.
There you go.
There you go, loophole.
She's not in it? I haven't seen it yet.
That's why I said to you, Kyle's mom, because South Park, bigger, longer, and uncut.
Kyle's mom is a
That movie in
bitch.
a long time.
But, okay,
No?
Bob, so since we're bending the rules, do you agree with that one?
Who's Olivia Soprano? That's Tony's mom?
That's Tony's mom, yeah.
Yeah, she was a bitch.
She was a piece of shit. Is
Did
anyone
they
else familiar
CGI
with
her in the
Sopranos?
last episode?
I
was
did
in
not
because
watch
she died?
Sopranos.
The what?
Did they CGI her into the last episode she was in because the actress died?
I don't think so.
Because she died in real life around the time she died in the show.
Okay.
I mean, we're also talking about probably the greatest TV show of all time.
But anyway, the context is that she was always she was always manipulative and condescending to her kids. If they got like a home run on like a baseball game, she'd be like, the ball didn't go that far. And she also made a deal with Tony's uncle to have him whacked off. So
Yeah, remember that?
the what?
I said, remember that?
I remember that.
Yeah, me too.
You're
Anyway,
actually
no one else remembers the show, so I'm gonna go to the next one then.
If
How
it
about
did
this
not
one?
have
Everybody's gonna know
vampires
this
in it, I
one.
probably didn't watch it. So.
okay.
All right.
I mean, they had emotional vampires.
Before you move on to the next one, Bob, you are correct. That final episode, the final scene that they gave her is because they did CGI her in because she passed away between seasons 2 and 3.
Yeah, and it didn't look good because back then they didn't have the technology yet.
No.
It's not like they do now. Like Carrie Fisher in Rogue One.
Yeah. Was not the best.
Today I don't accept that.
All right. So Kate McAllister was one of mine, and then
Do better.
We just talked about her, and no one else is familiar, so that conversation went nowhere.
Sorry.
You're really shitting the bed here.
We do have our genres. Sorry.
All right. How about this one? The mom from Flowers in the Attic.
Arsenic Donuts.
Over my head. No idea.
It's not a B.C. Andrews book. It's a book.
There we
And-
go. I knew the bookworm
Yeah.
would know who it was.
Yeah.
Basically,
It's like a thriller.
can you do? Since I have someone who's familiar with the book series, can you describe to the listeners why this mom would be a terrible mother?
I probably have not read that since high school.
Oh my God!
Outside
Jesus
of
Christ.
I know nothing about Flowers in the Attic. It does not seem like something I would be interested in.
Tell me if I'm
All right,
wrong.
so basically, this mom
Oh.
has all four of her children get locked up into her mother's giant mansion because her mother will not allow her the grant of her father's fortune unless she had no kids. So they lock all the kids up in the mansion's attic, so her mom can live like a double life. Basically
Slowly
finding a new
poisoning
man to
them.
marry and starting anew. So basically, her children are upstairs, dying of thirst and starving to death and trying to survive in the attic
Just so she can
Which,
make money.
am I wrong
just
though?
so she can make money.
Am I
Yeah,
wrong?
that's a
I
pretty
gave
bad
you a
mom.
lot of good ones to use.
I only do that on Friday nights.
That's why
I
I
think that would
mentioned
be a
the
terrible mother. If you
the
ask me.
arsenic donuts is because wasn't she slowly trying to poison them? That's why they were starving because
Yeah.
they refused
And
to
then
eat
she
the
was
poison.
poisoning the cookies too.
Yeah. Wow.
All right, Chris, what you got?
Well, like I said, I took the
Dan
absolute
hates me right now. Look at his face.
I took the absolute laziest approach to this and just sort of mentally went over movies that I've seen that I just thought the mothers were deplorable, and the most recent one was Serial Mom, Beverly Stroopen.
Yeah,
I
I'm not
don't
gonna
think
accept
she
that
was a
one
bad
either.
mom.
She was more of an anti-hero, wasn't she?
I'm gonna
Because
argue
she's
that one.
She's getting rid of bad people.
Yeah,
I don't
think
accept
she
that
was a
one
bad
either.
mom. I think she was a great mom. She didn't.
You
was an
already did a whole
overprotective
episode
mother
about
bear.
her, so I'm gonna avoid that one as well.
All right, I got plenty of replacements too. I do have
Okay,
replacements.
because she didn't hurt her kids. She did everything to help her kids. She
Yeah,
murdered
none of
that
us
one
like
guy.
it. None of us like it, Chris. It's no good.
None of it.
No.
Okay, so she was a good mom, just a
It's
bad
bad, and
person.
you
Lame,
should feel
downvote,
bad.
out.
Good mom,
She's a
bad
good
person.
mom.
Okay. And her story is going to make her son millions.
Yeah, she made her
I
kids
don't
money.
think she's a good mom. She's a pretty good mom.
She killed bad boyfriends.
Yeah, I mean, I think she's a great mom. And honestly, if my mom was more like her, I'd be more normal.
Fair enough. So we'll move on to the second choice on my list. Faye Dunaway playing Joan Crawford in Mommy Dearest.
I knew that one was coming. I left that off because I thought it would be too obvious, but it's a good choice.
That was a crazy movie and a half. Because honestly, I when I first heard about Mommy Dearest, I didn't think, okay, people love this movie. My wife loves this movie. I know that a lot of people talk about it, but I wasn't connecting Joan Crawford to that actually being Mommy and Mommy Dearest. And so I watched the movie and I was
I've never
like,
seen it.
oh, I've seen a lot of Joan Crawford movies. This kind of makes sense because she's batshit crazy in a lot of the movies she does. So,
Oh, I asked ChatGPT, and this was on the list.
yeah.
Thank you. for
But
that
I haven't
contribution.
seen the movie.
No.
Okay, I think they cheated
on my
because they're
expected.
using AI to generate their list.
No, that was him. That's not me. I generated the list.
It's like I need some input.
Yeah, I've
here.
never seen the movie.
No, it's definitely worth watching. Faye Dunaway did a very good job.
Actually, I think I did as a kid. I don't know. I think I've seen my mom watching it.
I technically have Joan Crawford twice on my list. Somebody playing Joan Crawford in an actual Joan Crawford role. So,
Nice.
Guys, you think we should disqualify Chris from this game?
It's his podcast, so we can't.
You can't hear me because I have my hand up like
Technically
this.
and somehow I've been voted off the island of my own podcast. Fuck.
This is great. Our first go around, we have a TV and a not bad mom. Excellent. Good start, everybody.
Oh,
All right, so is it me again?
yeah, it's you
I
again.
think so.
You're up.
Delia Dietz in Beetlejuice.
What is it? All Catherine O'Hara roles?
No.
Was she typecast?
Maybe just a little.
Okay, boomer.
She neglects her kid. Her kid goes off playing with ghosts because she doesn't have good parents, so she finds dead parents. And then she gets all wrapped up with Beetlejuice, and it's really the parents' fault if you think about it. And not to mention, the woman also marries a pedophile.
But he's only a pedophile in real life. He's not a pedophile in the movie.
Then why'd he die in the new movie?
Of old age.
Or
Natural
pedophilia.
causes.
He died of pedophilia?
Classic
wrote
terminal
out
disease. Yeah.
He died of
It's a
stage 4
degenerative condition.
pedophilia.
Just
No, but I mean, she doesn't care about anybody but her art. She destroys these people's house. Instead of making a home for her family, she makes an art piece.
I think she's
True.
neglectful. I don't know if she's actively bad. She's not actively harmful. She's just negligent.
Let me ask the
That still makes a bad
Beetlejuice
mom.
fan. I'm gonna put a special guest on the show.
uh-oh. We're bringing
Jasmine.
somebody in from the outside. Not the cat, right?
Would you consider Delia Dietz one of the worst movie moms?
Oh, yeah, she's kind of whack. But
Vindication.
she's not exactly mean. She's just not very nice.
She's a narcissist.
Yeah, and she's not very supportive, and she just wants to build her house, and that's it.
And not a home.
And do her sculptures. This
Yeah.
is
She
my
doesn't want to make a home
If
for
you
her
do not
family.
have
Motherly
you don't want me
priority.
cut out this house, I will make it my own.
I will go insane. I will make
Negligent.
it insane.
But not
That's pretty
actively
much her in a
harmful.
nutshell, so.
But isn't negligence technically actively harmful?
No.
No?
No, it's indirectly harmful
Yeah.
by definition.
I'll give you a good example. My life.
Just
So
my
we're
life.
all in
Really, just leave it right there.
Delia Deese is one of the worst movie moms.
Okay.
Yes, but
Yep.
I think
Delia
she's gonna have
Deetz.
some redemption in Beetlejuice.
We shall see.
I'm wondering. I don't know.
They have to. There has to be some sort of story arc if they're gonna keep her in there.
They should just kill her and make her a ghost.
Ooh.
Or she
not
has
bad.
been this whole time.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Because you know Gina Davis and Alec Baldwin are coming back.
Yes, they're not.
No.
I have a theory that maybe their spirits were so good and they worked with Juno that she helped them pass on to the other side.
I thought that was obvious.
Yeah.
I was saying theory.
But it's not canon. That's
Chances
just,
are that's what happened.
Think they'll explain it?
all right.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay,
They probably won't even mention it.
you're number.
Are we up?
Yeah, you're up. Number 4 pick.
Okay. I'll go with my most obvious one, which was the mom from Carrie.
Ooh.
Oh God, that's so good.
Yeah.
Well,
That's a number 1 pick right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dirty pillows.
that's why she is my number 1 pick. That's my number 1. So
Well, I threw her there because she's my most obvious pick. I
okay.
probably went a little Dan where I went a little fun. So she's my most, like, obvious. I mean, Bob. I went a little Bob. And pick some fun ones. So Carrie is she's clearly the worst mom ever.
Okay.
To the point where her daughter developed, like, telekinetic powers to get her to leave her the fuck alone.
Well, I mean, everything that happens is pretty much the mom's fault.
Yeah. She's so repressed. She can move shit with her mind.
She's like, I hate you so much I became an X-Men.
I got powers, Mom. That's how bad you are.
I also love that her blowing up the school was not the ending.
Yeah,
You
no,
think-
not at all.
You'd think everybody dying would be the ending of the movie, but no, then you got to go back home and then the mom and her have it out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Got to bury mom. Yeah.
with the knives
Yeah,
on
in
the
both
with the knives
versions,
to the
she's
hands
the
on the
worst.
wall and
Don't they kill each other? I'm trying to remember that. I haven't
She
seen
collapses
it.
the
she
house down on
collapses
both
the
of
house
them.
with her mind. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Doesn't she stab Carrie there or some shit?
She does stab Carrie.
stabs her.
And she stabs Carrie. They're both dying. And then Carrie brings the house down on both of
Because
them.
it's almost like a Hamlet type ending.
Yeah. Because she
Or
stabs her with
more
a
like
bunch of
Edgar Allan
scissors.
Poe, Fall of the House of Usher.
I feel like if I wasn't trying to just be funny with my list, that's definitely something. That's a number 1 right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. I'll argue you though. I don't think Dan used this. I gave Dan this as a suggestion. The mom from Spankin' the Monkey.
I've never even watched it.
Has anybody even seen the movie?
No.
It's about the dude who plays Uppin in Jeremy Davies, who plays Uppin in Saving Private Ryan. It's basically just a movie about him banging his mom. That's the whole movie.
Lovely movie.
Radio silence.
To me, that's the worst mom.
I have no
Uh,
words there.
So,
No
John,
words.
one of my picks was the mom from Flowers in the Attic,
Oh.
and no one knew what I was talking about.
Hey, hey.
You're like, I'm going to sit next to my girlfriend so she can validate
except
me
for Chris.
the rest
Except
of the
for
podcast.
I knew what you were talking about.
Oh my God.
I did.
I've read the book. I just haven't read it in 20 years.
I've recently seen the movie, so recently, like 2 years ago, recently. But
Once I realized there were going to be no actual monsters in VC Andrews, I just dropped her.
All right.
the monsters are the
That's
humans.
also really annoying because she's always featured in the horror, and I don't find her as a horror author. She's just
Yeah,
Horrible.
she's like suspense and thriller,
yeah,
not horror. Yeah.
and sibling fucking.
Suspense and thriller.
Yeah. So what's your next pick, Dan?
All right. So my next pick is Dee Dee Pickles
Needy pick.
from Rugrats.
Oh, from Rugrats.
Interesting choice.
Ah,
Have you seen the movie?
I
Have you
guess
watched the
you're right,
Rugrats
man.
movie?
But think about it.
These toddlers get away with a lot
They're
of bullshit.
fucking toddlers that escape their crib and go on adventures,
And no
Yeah,
one
that's a
ever
good
knows.
point.
and the parents have no idea.
Have you ever seen the movie where she's giving birth to the second baby?
I saw that
And
movie 5 years
mean-
ago when it first came out.
That's
They
not.
go to the birth. They go to like birthing hospital, and they go in the one room, and it's a lady giving birth in a field, and they're like, "That's if you want to give birth like in the old country." Anyway,
That's not like.
I just always remember this one episode where Tommy and Chucky escape like the doctor's office and like just like wander around the hospital.
Yeah, her child has a whole ass toolkit in his diaper, and she never notices.
This is an
You
entire.
put that screwdriver in there.
Yeah,
This is an entire
It's 'cause
town
he's
of
based on
neglectful
Doctor Who.
parents. Like the whole town.
he's based on Doctor Who. That's why he has a screwdriver.
Why does he need the screwdriver to just flip that little thing there?
Because that's all he needed.
Because he's Tommy Pickles. I don't know.
He's Tommy Pickles.
That's a sleeper pick right there.
DD.
That's fair.
That's good.
That's a good pick.
Pretty good.
Yeah,
I thought that was a good pick.
that is a good pick.
All right,
Yeah.
get off your high horse.
Well, I bombed with my other pick, so I had to make it up.
No, I think that was a good one. Negligent and actively harmful because she just literally does not like.
There
how
would
can you
be
change?
no series if she wasn't a neglectful mother.
That's true. And the other parents, like she
Reckless
watches.
endangerment is
She-
separate from
Angelica's
negligence.
mom?
She babysits all the other kids, and she still lets them all watch. She puts them in a playpen and just leaves.
It was the 90s. It was a different time.
A very different time.
I feel like this is an
All of them.
entire group of parents that met and let their children hang out because they all go to Alcoholics Anonymous together.
Yeah.
No, they're totally swingers.
So,
Oh yeah. Definitely.
a little preoccupied.
Little chairs for sure.
That's how the kids keep
Like
getting
Angelica's
away.
Mostly
mom?
Angelica's parents.
Yes.
Oh, right.
Angelica's parents.
Mm-hmm,
It's all their idea.
Yeah.
Because Angelica's dad is a big time cuck.
You need to rewatch and look for the pineapples.
Stu and Drew are a little bit cucky,
Yeah.
but that's just like that's because
Also-
like, grandpa's such an alpha.
Who are the twins? What are the twins' names? I haven't seen it in
Phil
forever.
and Lil.
Phil and Lil.
Yeah. Bill and
So
Lil.
Bill and Lil's mother is clearly a lesbian.
Yes.
Yes.
It's very obvious.
She's even got a fanny pack, I think.
Yes, she does.
And she even
does.
has like the
Get the hair.
well, what the
Yes.
symbol on her shirt is the freaking woman symbol.
Yeah, 'cause she's very-
That's like
She's supposed
the
to be
most.
liberated, but
That's the most stereotypical '90s lesbian.
yeah.
That's what we thought a lesbian was in the '90s.
Fanny pack, women's lib, lesbian. Check, check, check.
That was definitely like Rosie O'Donnell if she was like a gym goer.
Exactly. They're basically on a roast. They had to.
Yeah. Oh my god. All those 90s cartoons are so fucked up.
All right,
Just a
Chris,
little.
what you got?
All right, next on the list, I had Mama Fratelli from the Goonies.
Oh,
Definitely
That's a good
verbally
one.
abusive and
That
keeps
is a
her.
good
but that can blend with Mama Lift from Throw Mama from the
One
Train.
from the train.
Very true. Though I
So
think
it's just that
I
actress.
Which, Dan, she's got to be on your list.
Just Anne Ramsey in general.
Yeah.
think I disliked Mama
Dan, throw
Fratelli.
Mama for the Train on your list.
I was thinking about it, but you guys already reviewed it, so I didn't know if we should like put it in.
No, I didn't put it in. I did use the serial mom one, but apparently I was dead wrong. Dead wrong.
We're like, nope. Hard pass.
That
down.
was lazy, Chris.
I told you my list was lazy. I was upfront about that. My list was completely lazy, thrown together at the
You
last
did.
minute. Literally put the last honorable mention on my list as I was dialing to call you guys. That's how lazy that was.
All right, let's go back to Dan.
Oh, my number one.
We're going back to
Is that-
Dan.
are we on-
Wait, no. It's your
I've only
turn.
done 2 so far.
Yeah, it's your
I
turn.
know. I've
What
got
are
3 more to go.
You're skipping yourself.
I know. I was just
Bob.
trying to.
Go,
I felt bad. I felt bad because I feel like I keep cutting him off because I keep saying, "All right, what do you got, Chris?" And then he gives me a look.
And then I guess my others were like kind of like non-horror, so I'm gonna go with Norma Bates.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely on their list, right?
Nope.
Nope.
No.
Really?
No.
That's an
The last
obvious.
3 are unconventional choices.
So, okay, let's. I want to talk about Norma Bates here. Norma Bates, the movie is called Psycho 4, the beginning. That is the movie we should be talking about if we're talking about Norma Bates as a bad mother, because that's the only time we truly.
That's the canon that I'm basing my opinion off of. Like, I didn't
Not
watch
Bates Motel.
I didn't watch Bates Motel. I didn't.
She wasn't a bad mom in Bates Motel.
Okay. Wait, what?
No, she was a very sympathetic character.
That doesn't make any sense.
Because I mean, she literally.
The whole fucking movie series is based on her being an abusive mother.
She's just
a pretty good mom in
misunderstood,
the
Dan.
show.
What?
She's a pretty good mom.
I said
Yeah,
she's just
that's the thing.
misunderstood,
I
Dan.
didn't watch it. I would get pissed off.
No, Norma
Like,
Bates
this
in
is
Psycho
not the
4.
Norma I grew up with Psycho 1, 2, 3, and 4.
She emotionally castrates him in a scene. Lets the stepdad beat the shit out of him.
Yep. In Psycho 4?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And-
if anybody here's seen Psycho 4, it's pretty
In,
brilliant.
in Bates Motel, Norman is the bad guy. Norma is a good guy.
Mhm.
In the show. In the movies, Norma's the bad guy. Norman is the good guy.
Yeah.
So
And Norma is basically like, well, you know, a spiritual character, so to speak, because it's in his head.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because Norman has never killed anyone except for Mother. Norman killed Mother, but Mother killed all those people. Like, you know, his dark side. His dark side is Mother. So why, if she was a good mom, why would his killer side be her?
Correct.
Very true.
Because if you
Good point.
if you brush up on the history of why he came to be, is because he did find his mom doing like shady shit when he was younger, and that's what slowly drove him crazy.
That's a book I've always meant to read because I heard it's very different.
Like
Not to mention, they did not like the idea for the second book to be a movie.
like in a layman's sense, like he caught her like fucking the milkman and stuff like that, and when he found out, she would like, you know, pretty much slap him silly and lock him in the basement. And this is what slowly drove him crazy and to develop Mother in his mind after she died, after he killed her. So, Norma Bates.
Norma Bates.
All right, here's my number 3.
Okay.
Christine Valco in Surviving Christmas, played by Catherine O'Hara.
Another
Cricket.
Captain O'Hara.
So,
I'm
she
sensitive, Steve.
basically, she whores out her family to this rich guy. And then the worst thing she does is does a nude photo shoot that ends up on the internet, and her son sees her spread eagle on his computer screen.
All right, bad mom.
That's
Agreed.
that's
a good one.
lifelong trauma.
I
is
mean,
what
if there's
that
a
is.
bar, that's a good bar. Yeah. Just online nudity.
It's one thing. It's one thing to accidentally walk in on your parents, but to accidentally flip something on from the local porn site—that's something very,
Local
very
porn.
different. Just local porn. Yeah.
Can I get
Bespoke pornography.
Can I get regional?
And it wasn't even OnlyFans to help support the family either.
Well, we have a whole regional thing over here in Massachusetts. Why, you guys don't have your own regional porn sites?
Oh, North Carolina. I
This
think there's lots of
movie
bunch of
predates
stuff.
Pornhub.
Yeah, we did.
Right. There's a-
NC just legislated.
We have this
against
whole
Pornhub.
thing over here called massholes. That's not just a thing that they call us; it's a site.
Where are you, Chris?
Massachusetts.
Oh, we're all over the fucking place.
Yeah.
We're in 4 different states right now.
We
Yep.
are.
Miracle of the internet.
Right.
What's the
Sanity.
What the fuck
What's
is the
that?
internet?
Are you insanity right now? I don't feel like you are.
Okay. Matt and
I
Rachel.
was
Your
just
third
going to
pick.
list some mental states.
Oh, mental states. Okay.
But-
Now I get where you're going.
I'm at a stage
Rachel
of
and Matt, you
vision.
guys are next.
Yes, we're next. I'm gonna go Renee, the mom from Twilight. My turn to say one nobody knows.
So, okay, here's a little background story because I, like to talk. So, I saw the first Twilight movie.
lore.
I saw the first Twilight movie on a date, and I had no idea what the fuck it was. And I go in there, and all the girls are swooning. Like, oh, my God, it's Jacob. It's Jacob. And I'm like, who the fuck is Jacob? So I didn't know what the fuck it was, but I love Billy Burke. And Billy Burke played the dad with the mustache.
Yeah.
So I was kind of enjoying that much. But who's the character? Would I know the character from only having seen the first movie?
It's the mom of the girl who ends up marrying the vampire guy.
So Bella's mom.
It's fine. Yeah, Bella's mom.
I don't remember her in the first movie.
Bella's mom hooks up with some fuckboy and fucks off with the fuckboy and sends Bella to stay with her dad.
Yeah.
So she can go travel the world with her husband, her new husband.
Freaking Forks, Washington.
Yep. And until that time, Bella has basically raised her own mom. So she's perfectly set up to get duped by this vampire douchebag.
That's Batman you're talking about.
She's been pre-groomed.
Well, before he was Batman, he was Edward.
So, Matt, you got really sassy there.
Because Rachel, for one of Rachel's podcasts, has been rereading all the Twilight books. And I've been hearing it. I've been hearing all about it.
So you were emulating Rachel.
Yes.
Yes, I'm parroting the commentary that Rachel has been feeding to me nonstop.
But Rachel is very stoic.
Rachel is very stoic on video calls.
Matt, if she hurts you, blink 3 times.
One.
I'm watching.
And then the camera goes down. She starts beating the shit out of it.
I can't. There's a cat on his lap. I'll have to wait for it to move.
Very protective of the cat. Hear that?
That's a good one, though. When Matt sassily explained that, it was a good. It's a good one.
He was primed.
Got a lot of Twilight.
You know what's funny though? I would love to have most of these moms compared to the one I had. So.
Your mom is played by Catherine O'Hara.
I hope she doesn't see this or hear this. By the way, my mother.
I mean, I think the only way
she might beat the shit out of me.
The only way she'd hear it is if you sent her a link. Mom, don't listen to this.
I remember I was in the car with Dan. My mom calls me. I started talking back to her. He goes, "That's how you talk to your mom?"
What? You don't talk to her that way? Doesn't everybody?
She was way and I just go, "I'm 36." She goes, "I know." All right, who's next? Dan? No, Dan's done.
No,
Dan,
I got one more.
Dan, just keep going. Keep going. Don't stop.
I got one more, but I was gonna leave it to Jasmine to take over because
why?
Because you know who my number one worst mom of all time is in movies? That
dumb bitch Jenny.
Oh yes, yes. We discussed this earlier.
The next 2 hours.
I'm digging the guest star.
Because don't get me started.
So, I said this to Dan earlier when he mentioned it to me, that I don't think Forrest is the father.
Jenny.
Why? I mean, okay. Other than obviously why?
Well, I think that, for one, he didn't have sex with her. He don't know what sex is. They could have just done heavy petting and he thought he got her pregnant. Have you seen Dumb and Dumber 2? Oh no, Dumb and Dumber 3. I don't know. The timeline's messed up. So, but I think that she knew that he was a good man and he would take the son if he thought it was his.
I mean, it definitely didn't look like him.
Fair.
Yeah, but knowing who the father of Jenny's child is like flipping through the phone book.
Yeah. Running your finger down a random line.
I feel like Haley Joel Osment is everyone's child. Isn't there a whole movie about that where he's a
Dude, my
robot
brother
child?
looked exactly like him when he was a kid.
He looks exactly the same now. It's like his baby face inside an adult face.
He looks so
does,
weird as an adult.
It's
unless
the
he does,
weirdest
Tom
thing.
Hanks ain't good looking
He looks
enough
like
to create a kid that looks cute as Haley Joel Osment.
He's got a baby face and a beard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like Haley Joel Osment, and then his face just expanded around it.
He's in one of my favorite movies. The one I Well, it was one of my favorite movies. I haven't watched it in forever, but what was it? Secondhand Lions? That was
Yeah.
the one
Oh,
where
he wasn't
That
that
was
one.
good.
Oh yeah, with
That's a good
That
movie.
guy who
With
played
Rob-
Alfred.
with Robert Duvall.
I love that movie.
No, it was Robert
The
Duvall.
Crazy Uncles.
I've cried at so many Haley Joel Osment movies.
That's fair.
Yeah, I
Phantom
cried.
Menace?
I cried at Tusk.
I cried because I knew it was never going to leave my head ever again.
That's why I haven't watched it. I own it. Somebody bought it for me. I refuse to watch it.
Don't.
For the same reason I haven't seen Teeth or Human Centipede.
Not a day goes by I don't regret having watched Tusk.
Matt knows why I don't want to watch Teeth.
No.
It's awful.
Oh, I haven't watched Teeth.
Yeah, because you and I are scared of getting our dick bitten
Right?
off.
Yeah. It's if you read the summary, yes.
Yeah.
Stay away from that.
All right, so going back to Jenny, Jasmine, what are your thoughts on Jenny from Forrest Gump?
like that poor man chased you his whole life, and you finally, within the last couple months of her life,
So,
she's like, maybe. Hey, can you come over? I'm dying.
Yeah.
I got a kid.
so I'd like to turn to Rachel on this one because Rachel's been making great points. We're talking about being a bad mom, though. She's clearly a bad person, but is she a bad mom?
I think that would
Okay.
make her a good mom,
Well,
leaving him.
I think she's a bad mom. Well, look.
She does find a multimillionaire to take over her child.
Which is a good thing,
Right.
as a mom.
She ensures that her child will be taken care of.
Yeah.
By someone who'll actually
With the
care
guy
about
she
him.
knows is a good dude.
But
And that's why I think he's not the father.
Maybe she was just a horrible mother and knew that it would be better if he was.
Is my choice disqualified?
No, I don't think so.
No.
No,
I think she's a terrible
any of those are
person.
really disqualified.
This is part of the battle for the overall top 5.
She's a terrible person. I just don't know if she's really that bad of a mom because you think about it, she makes sure that her son's provided for after she dies. And honestly, when we meet the kid, he seems to be having a pretty good life.
And he's smart, and he's getting good grades. So
Yeah.
I love when Forrest goes, is he smart or is he like me?
Is he like me? Poor Forrest.
I know. I
Poor
love that
man.
movie.
Self-awareness.
all right, well maybe she goes under terrible girlfriends.
I named her Forrest after his
Terrible
dad.
human being for sure.
She's not a great... I mean, yeah. She makes a lot of just bad choices.
Best movie villain.
Yes, yes.
I would definitely consider
Number
a
one.
villain.
She's a villain.
Yeah.
My brother, so me and
Villainess.
my mom has a business. She used to have a business where she would clean houses. Me and my brother would work for her from time to time. And we were cleaning a house once that had a guitar in there. So my brother got naked, picked up the guitar, and I took a picture of him.
That's hilarious.
I to this day still the picture when he calls me.
I'm sorry I ruined your Black Panther party.
No, I've done this bit for years and doing stand up. I don't know if I did it at the Slaughter Beach screening, but when I was a kid, the scene where he comes in his pants, my parents told me he was scared. So I didn't realize that he nutted prematurely. And it wasn't until I was an adult where it just hit me when he goes like, I'm dizzy, I think I ruined your roommate's bathrobe. And I'm like, holy shit, he came in his pants. For my whole life, I said to my parents, what happened in that scene? They said, oh, he just got scared. I said, okay. So I said to my buddy, did you realize that Forrest Gump came in his pants in that scene? And he goes, my buddy says, holy shit, you're right. My mom just told me he was scared.
Little bit like when I got super wasted and fell asleep on the toilet, and Matt told the kids I had too much candy because it was Halloween.
Oh, yeah.
He was like, Mama had too much candy.
That's
So
just
the
being a
kid
good
said-
dad.
The kid said, oh, I like it when Mama has too much candy because she hugs us and tells us she loves us a lot.
Yeah, my mom would just smack me around with a wine bottle when she was drunk.
All right. I've got.
You're just telling me to go upstairs and do my homework.
Seeing as everybody already knows my number one because we've already discussed Margaret Wright from Carrie, I'm just going to go with the last one on my list, number 2, Mary Lee Johnston from Precious, the mom from Precious, played by Monique.
Ooh.
Gosh, she is awesome.
I didn't like the book, so I didn't watch the movie.
Well, we know you didn't watch the movie.
That bit is already done. We've outlived that bit. I can't do it anymore.
No, Matt will
I
never
kept it
let
on
it
for
go.
2 episodes.
Nope. It's done now.
That's the problem. It's now ingrained in our memory, so...
It's a running joke.
I kept it going. If we would have done the Super Mario Brothers new movie, I could have done it for 3 episodes.
Yeah.
But
Unfortunately.
it only worked for 2 episodes.
Did it?
We also there's no real requirement that we stick to any kind of continuity.
No.
So
No, not
It
at
could
all.
be any 3 movies.
/ when.
Okay, so
we
next
ever
episode
do
we'll go
new
back to
Super
the bit.
Mario movie. We just go right back to this is the 3rd of 3 movies
We'll
I've
just
ever watched.
pretend it's the 90s, no one has TiVo, and continuity is not required.
Oh.
We could just call it like 0.5 of whatever the episode was with the talk.
Yes. So the mom from Precious.
The mom from Precious, who is essentially physically, verbally abusive to her daughter, as well as basically using her as an indentured servant. Throughout the entire film. Just absolutely terrible to her.
Great.
Sounds like a bad mom.
She what?
She what?
They lets her get raped. Her dad or her stepdad or just a boyfriend.
Amongst other things.
Yeah, that's pretty low.
I thought Precious was a ghost.
What the hell are you talking about?
What are you talking What book did you read?
Oh, wait. No, I'm thinking of... Oh, yeah, I've never seen Precious. Wait, what's the book I'm thinking of? What am I thinking of?
Casper? I have no idea. What book did you
Is it
read?
the Bones one? Like
Oh, the
the,
lovely
Do I look like someone who's
the
seen
Lovely
Precious?
Bones?
No, hold on. I'll tell you in a second what I think I'm talking about. Beloved. I thought we were talking about Beloved.
No. Definitely not.
Okay.
The mom in that one squats and peas.
Okay. Sure.
Thank you.
All right, so my next one is Cindy Bugler in Orange County.
Speaking of running gags.
Speaking of done jokes.
She's a neglectful trophy wife. The one kid can't stand her, is trying to move away. The other kid's on drugs, don't know what the hell's going on.
What's really funny is you found
And she can
5
have
roles
balls to boot.
that all qualify.
Yep. It's Catherine O'Hara. You're
My
gonna.
list is not wrong.
That's the real tragedy here.
He
So
may have had
you
to
are
cut
right.
it down a little bit.
Overall, I have a point to be made with all 5.
Yeah, no, I feel that. I see where
When
you're
the
going
dean
with
from the
this.
college was coming over and he was like, "Mom, no drunken antics," and then she just like started taking off her dress.
Yeah.
Like, you really can't argue with any of the ones I've mentioned so
No,
far.
no, not at all.
That's true.
As she
That's
like
true.
guzzles down like her last sip of wine.
It seems like Catherine O'Hara, a lot of her characters seem to be fueled by some type of alcohol or another.
As far as the ones on my list, not... I mean, if you're going to talk about Schitt's Creek, yes. Which I would have included if I knew we could do TV.
Right.
If you're not cheating, you're not trying.
But,
The only thing you ever have to do
Is not die.
is die.
Is die, yes.
Everything else is a choice.
I don't know. Technology these days, I think I can beat that. Walt Disney beat
Well,
it.
someone could take that away from you.
I don't know. Where's Walt Disney's head?
Well, the head of Walt Disney might have beaten it. We'll see.
I can't wait for him to come back. It's going to be like the second coming of Jesus, but real.
Maybe the second coming of Hitler.
That's going to happen too. That's definitely going to happen.
He was definitely an anti-Semite as well.
Yeah, he
Walt
was.
Disney, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
all right, who's next?
the only other person that has a list is Matt and Rachel.
Yeah, because I speak
Why
of
am I orchestrating this? I'm the one saying, okay, okay, Chris, you next. This is your show.
It's very possible. It's because you're interrupting everybody.
I think that might be the large cause there, right? Yeah.
Which we do not resent at all. Like
that was not a judgment call.
You're here.
That was just a statement.
This is the vibe we're going for.
Interrupt me.
People don't like me for that reason. So I'm glad you guys like me for reasons other people don't like me.
We like that. So the speaking of Star Wars, our next one is Padme from Star Wars.
Oh, I considered that one.
Yeah. She has children. She is pregnant, and she dies of fucking sadness.
State of the art.
They can give him
technology.
new legs. They can give him a robot body, but she gets choked out a little bit, and she dies having twins.
She dies of losing the will to live.
So broken heart syndrome is real. But that was just ridiculous.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because, like, Johnny Cash died right after his wife.
And she has to give birth to these children and have, like, birth pains to have these children. So even however far in the future or off in space we still don't have good medicine for birth. We're still just like, sorry, y'all, you got to just push that shit out.
Can we blame her for the incest?
No.
It's really Obi-Wan's fault.
She dies in the stairs.
Yeah, it was keeping the relationship a secret that...
Obi-Wan is the one to blame for the incest.
Yes.
By the way...
It's like it's 1501 AD.
By the way, whatever you do, when we rescue that girl...
Yes.
Don't hook up with her.
Yeah. Why? Can't tell you. Just don't. I mean, as the only one on the...
Like, yeah, so... Before we get to Princess, I got to tell you one thing. It's kind of a small thing. It's not a big deal, but she is your sister. All right, let's go on that Death Star now.
Yeah, don't fall in love like that. Yeah.
Don't kiss her.
No.
You could even say she has a rare disease, and if you kiss her, you'll catch it.
Yeah.
Rare. If he wants to maintain this whole like secret identity thing.
Matt, if it was you and me, he could just say, if you kiss her, your dick will fall off, and be like,
yeah. Oh, I'm done. Out.
You don't have to tell me twice.
Can we just talk about my favorite scene in the whole saga? At the end, where Han says, "You love Luke, don't you?" And she goes, "Yeah, I do." And he goes, "You know what? If you want to be with him, I won't stand in the way." And she goes, "It's not like that. He's my brother." And then Han just, his face is just so shocked. Like disgusted. It's more disgust than shock. And then she kisses him, and he still has this look of disgust in his face. That's because the thought going in Han's mind, you kissed your brother. That was my favorite scene in the whole fucking franchise for that reason.
Yeah, see, Padme dies of sadness, so her kids almost fuck each other.
So good. Sorry.
You know that's what Han was thinking. He's like, what?
Padme dying was
you
the
made
biggest
out
pile
with
of
him
bullshit.
to make me jealous.
I mean, I've had twins, and I didn't die.
Are you sad?
You
No.
almost
I
died.
almost died in 2019 when I had them, and I got better. And that
Did
was
Matt
today's
choke you?
medical technology. No, he did not choke me beforehand, so maybe that was key. I don't know. It's bullshit.
Does Matt
I also didn't betray your trust.
You did not.
so.
They weren't even my kids.
I thought she betrayed his trust.
No.
Obi-Wan turned her against him. That's what Anakin thought.
Yeah, because he was evil at the time.
Yeah, well, he had a kind of rough. Also, I argue with a friend all the time that Rey and Kylo Ren are cousins. She says they're not. She's always shipping them.
Why would they be cousins?
Because Palpatine is Anakin's father. He says that he used the midichlorians to get the mother pregnant. It's also mentioned in the comic books that it happened.
Oh yes, there is a fan theory that Palpatine.
It's not a fan theory. It's been proven.
that
Okay.
Palpatine is Anakin's father.
Okay.
That it wasn't the
Sure.
They mention it in a canon
immaculate
comic
conception.
Mm.
Well,
It was via the
immaculate conception.
Force, not via semen.
Padme's
I
still a
mean-
bad mom. That's my point.
Anakin's father says there was no father. So
There
It could be
was
any-
no semen.
Padme also leaves Anakin's mom in slavery.
Yeah, and you know what? She
Anakin
also
leaves Anakin's mom in slavery.
bangs him after he kills a whole village.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not a lot of great choices on Padme's side.
But let's stick to the topic that you keep enforcing, Rachel. Is she a bad mom? Bad idiot.
Yes.
She's an
She
idiot,
gave up.
but she did give up on her children. She died
Yeah,
of
which
sadness.
directly almost results in incest.
Yeah, I
And
mean
the
the fact
destruction
that
of the galaxy.
she kind of really did fuck up. She kind of not just failed on her family, but the entire galaxy.
Yeah.
The entire balance of the Force.
Yeah.
Just because she's
Hinged
sad.
on her, just keeping the will to live.
I'm just not feeling it today, dude. If you can die of sadness, you know how many times I'd be dead. By the way, this is why I don't come on too frequently, because I'm not trying to steal the show. I just can't help it.
We're not
I think
complaining
Chris
here.
just likes listening.
No complaints at all.
All right,
I think
who's next?
I think Chris is next.
I'm already out, remember? Because I told you, my number
Oh,
one you guys already
it's
talked
Because we
about.
had a duplicate.
We're head to head now.
Yeah, it's head to head.
We're up to everybody's last pick.
All right, my last pick is Ellie's mother from Argyle, played by Catherine O'Hara.
Yep. Okay, what's your reasoning behind that one?
Okay, I have not seen Argyle.
Okay, so this is a huge spoiler.
I've seen Argyle, so it's not going to
Go
spoil
for
it
it.
for me.
So, Matt, if you want to take off your headphones, anybody listening, stop listening for the next
He won't
minute.
care. He'll
I
forget
can
we even
enjoy
did
a
this 15
narrative
minutes.
knowing what's going to happen.
Fine.
She is like some type of Russian scientist who manipulates this woman and making the woman think she's her mother. So she's a fake mom. She brainwashes Ellie and makes Ellie think that she's her mother. She's actually like this type of scientist that brainwashes her and wipes her memory. So is she bad? Yes. Is she a mom? That's debatable. But the point of my entire list.
That's like a Super Saiyan narcissistic parent. It's
Yeah.
like, I'm not even actually related to you, but I'm still your narcissistic gaslighting parent.
But my whole point of this list is Catherine O'Hara is the worst movie mom.
Yeah.
Typecast.
I feel like you have proven that as like a side.
That was my goal. I could have come up. That's why I tried to give Dan suggestions, because there were good ones I came up with, but I wanted to prove a point that my answer is just Catherine O'Hara. and not to mention TV shows, because there's Schitt's Creek, but I think there's another TV show where she played a bad mom.
Oh, I'm
And
sure
I
there's
think
there
a
is.
couple of Etsy TV skits where she played a bad mom.
Yes.
She was also a horrible mother, and mind you, my wife has watched this movie way too frequently with me in the room. Home Fries. She was a horrible mother in that as well.
Yes. So wait, she was the mother. I was trying to recall when I was working on this list. Was she Drew Barrymore's mother?
No, she was the mom of Luke Wilson and Jake Busey.
Yes, I should have actually included her, to be honest with you, because that's definitely, to me, probably one of the worst. I wasn't sure. I haven't seen the movie in a while, so I wasn't sure which mom she was. But yeah, I would actually put that above even Argyle.
Yeah, she'd basically manipulated both of her sons into killing her husband. Her military sons. Basically used a helicopter to scare her husband to death. And then throughout the entire movie, she was sort of manipulating them, trying to control them, keep Luke Wilson away from the pregnant Drew Barrymore. She was just a really terrible mother.
Was she a mom in Best in Show?
Dog Mom. I don't know if...
Dog mom, that counts to me. I'm a dog uncle.
It was a dog mom. Was she the mother in
Best in Show
Penelope?
people are basically just, forceful dance moms, but in dog form.
She was Sally in Nightmare Before Christmas.
She was Christina Ricci's
Yeah.
mom in Penelope.
She's always. Oh no, she's Winona Ryder. Wait, no, yeah, Winona Ryder's. I get them mixed up in the '90s. Christina Ricci and Winona Ryder.
Okay, any honorable... Okay, we have one more from Matt and Rachel, I believe.
Yes.
Yes.
We're going Ash Ketchum's mom from Pokemon.
I was thinking that too.
Is she ever present other than like the pilot?
No, she's like, here, have the lightning rat. See you in a couple of months. Get out of the fucking house, you 13-year-old.
Don't come back until you've walked this entire circuit around the entire country.
Here,
What also makes a good mom, a good bad mom?
Monster, and then go fuck around with like these criminals with a talking cat.
Yeah.
What also makes a good bad mom is not even being there.
Yeah. Not just
Not even
neglect.
checking in.
Actual
When
absence.
has like Ash actually picked up like the phone and been like, "Wow, Mom in Viridian City, I made it here." Oh, good.
Yeah.
Oh,
Every once in a while, he does call her,
does he?
but there's the whole implied Ash's mom relationship with a Mr. Mime Pokemon. And she's always busy going to do something else. So when he does get her on the phone, she's like, "Oh, that's nice. Oh, Mr. Mime's calling me over. I gotta go."
She thinks she's getting nailed by Mr. Mime.
Yeah.
There's some fan canon about that.
So basically, Mr. Mime is creepy stepdad.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So basically, Pokemon is promoting interspecies relationships.
Yeah.
No,
As long as you
more
kick
or
your kid
less.
out first.
They
So
consider...
I was on a date recently, and she said one of her first date questions is, "Which Pokemon would you eat from Gen 1?" And I only know Gen 1. And I said Cubone. And because he looks like, he looks kind of like, you roast him up, he'd be pretty yummy, And then she said one of the plant ones, and she put him in a salad. I forget which one she said.
Bulbasaurus?
But I'm like, that's... What?
The Bulbasaurus?
Nah, one of the other... Let me look. Plant
Well, if
Pokemon.
you're talking about interspecies, Chris,
Yeah.
didn't Jesse own a lickitung?
Yes.
A bell.
100%.
Bell, yeah.
And Lickitung.
I think what a vile
Also,
plant
if you're
together.
feeling brave, look up Vaporeon.
And Brock
Sorry.
as a character, you can tell that he probably touched all his Pokemon where they pee.
What's the Pokemon that looks like... I think she said Bellsprout. She would eat
Bellsprout. Okay.
Bellsprout.
Bellsprout.
And I'm
there
like,
you go.
that's like a trick question. Like, you set me up because to me, Bellsprout doesn't sound barbaric, but Cubone, I just massacred like a fucking animal. She just took the plant and put it in a salad.
Well, I mean, it's still a living creature, so technically you have to massacre it anyway.
Yeah, but Cubone's
But
got
plants are living
bones.
creatures anyway.
Yeah, but Vaporeon, I mean, no, the Bellsprout can walk around.
I think she
It's been
said somebody
turned
said
into Victory
Squirtle,
Bell.
and I'm like, that's fucked up.
Yeah, no.
That's like eating turtles, yeah.
That's awful.
Straight
Yeah.
up.
No.
My ex-girlfriend, I
Squirtle's a
call her
turtle.
Squirtle, but
You-
for different reasons.
Never had turtle soup? You've never had turtle soup before?
I have eaten turtle, but I don't think I would say that like in a.
And it's not mostly pee. I want that to be known. It's not mostly pee. Right?
I wouldn't know.
Right, Jasmine?
Who are you asking for confirmation?
I don't know. Really, anyone. I'm really vulnerable right now.
We're just putting this out to the audience. We're putting this out to the audience.
Appreciate you being
In the
vulnerable
comments,
at this
it's squirt pee.
Co-host participation not needed here.
Is it more
That was rhetorical. Okay, rhetorical.
Oh, so I also want to
reply
mention
to
something.
Cinematic Anarchy at
So
Gmail.
everybody but Chris,
Oh,
nice job, Chris, said Kate McAllister.
everybody but me.
Now, we do forget, because nobody's actually seen Home Alone 4. But if we did see Home Alone 4, we would know that Kate McAllister is in Home Alone 4, played by a different actress. So we also don't know what she did in that movie, but it's probably pretty bad because I don't even think that's canon. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, she gets divorced. In Home Alone 4, she gets divorced.
Yeah, I have seen Home Alone 4, I think, once. We watched
Or
Home
was
Alone
it
3
3?
pretty frequently.
So
yeah,
you and French Stewart's mom are the only ones that have seen it.
probably. Because my son deeply loves the Home Alone series, and he loves Home Alone 3 with all of his heart.
Home Alone, the newest one, Home Sweet Home Alone, that's a good one.
With the doll.
I didn't even know there was a 4.
Home Alone 3
No, there's
actually
like
isn't that
7.
bad.
Home Alone 3 is alright. He can't
It's
figure out
okay.
the chicken
3
pox thing.
sucks.
Because kids don't get chicken pox anymore, so it's really hard to explain the chicken pox thing.
They
And
don't?
he's like, no, they don't.
No,
There's a
there's a
vaccine
vaccine.
for it. So you
Oh, I
gotta
had
get
it.
Kids get it.
Yeah, we had it, but like kids get vaccinated. It's like smallpox. Like we're like the smallpox generation, but it's chickenpox.
I still
They
got my
get
Scott.
vaccinated, they don't get it. So he's like, "What does he have?" And I'm like, "Chickenpox." And he's like, "What is that?" And I'm like, "I don't know how to explain this to you." Like a viral infection that everybody got.
So,
It's a
Rachel,
form of herpes.
I mean,
Did you
Yeah.
know that?
Mm.
Home Alone 3
Rachel,
has like a
can you
good thing,
tell us
though.
about Home Alone
It doesn't
4?
try to be a Christmas movie like the other ones. It's just a regular old random snow day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 is. 4 is like they've gotten divorced. They're living in. I don't remember. Like I know it gets flooded. I kind of blanked it out because the kid's really annoying.
I want to know because I think, like I said, you and French Stewart's mom are the only
Well,
ones that seen
in
this.
3, they got divorced.
No,
And
no,
he's
3
dating.
isn't them at all. 3 isn't them.
3 is a
Except
different
for
redheaded
Scarlett
mom.
Johansson.
Wait, I thought in 3 it's still Kevin
No.
McAllister.
Nope, it's a
No,
totally
it's-
random
it's
family.
the,
Oh, it's a
it's
different
actually,
family. Gotcha.
Isn't it Jamie from, or no, is it Jamie
It's,
from,
it's the lady from it's the girl from the Gremlins 2.
Yeah, it's
No, it's
Scarlett
a-
Johansson.
isn't Home Alone 3 the same kid from like this? That was like a straight to
Not
DVD
BB
or
King,
straight
the
to
redhead that really wanted Billy. That's who played the mom in Home Alone 3.
Yeah, it's straight to video kid.
But
I can't
also,
remember his name.
didn't the kid from Home Alone 3 also, wasn't he also in the Dennis the Menace straight to video sequel too?
Yeah.
I don't believe so, but it was the kid from Liar Liar. It was Max Keebler.
That's right, Liar
yeah.
Liar.
Yeah.
It was Max Keebler.
Yeah, nobody knows what that is.
I just remember seeing that trailer all the time on Nickelodeon. Max Keebler's big move.
And it's like, okay,
I
well,
think
who
I
the hell
did
is
see that
that?
actually, to be honest with you. That's a pretty fucking good movie.
What? Max
I
Keebler's
have
big
seen
move?
Home Alone 4.
Yeah, we watched it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Unless Rachel has a second life you don't know about. I think you've seen the movie.
Yeah, we only have one TV, and my son, as soon as Christmas hits, that's all we watch.
I
Home
thought
Alone.
Home Alone 3 was the one with the smart mansion.
No.
But no, that's Home Alone
The
4.
Yes.
the
Okay.
kid from Dennis the Menace 2 was also the son in Liar Liar.
Yeah, so same kid.
I don't see. Wait. I don't. You sure? Because I'm looking at this kid, Alex Pruitt's resume, and I don't see Liar Liar or Dennis the Menace too. I think it's a different
Maybe
kid.
not.
It
that
is a
looks
different
like
kid.
him.
It's a different kid. Like I
So
said,
it's not even the same kid.
no, it's
All
not.
right, my whole life is a lie now.
This kid's name is Justin Cooper.
Yeah, that ain't the same kid.
No, not at all.
That's amazing.
But he's done very little.
Alex Truitt's done less.
I think he.
Alex D. Linz.
I think
Wait, his name is Alex, and his character's name was Alex.
Yeah.
that's a
That
little.
was
wasn't
Scarlett
a good
Johansson's
actor.
first
Oh,
movie,
was
wasn't it?
right. He was Max Keeble's big move.
He was Max Keeble, but he wasn't Liar Liar Dennis the Menace. So you and I were wrong on that one.
Alex
Okay.
DeLenz has
I
actually
thought he was.
done more
The cable
mainstream
guy.
than Justin Cooper.
But if he's Max Keeble, I mean, that kid's fucking fantastic. That movie is just a fucking work of art.
He was in Titan
Is it
AE.
really?
There's a formative movie.
I mean, who was the dad? It was Robert Carradine was the dad. I mean, this was in 2001 when Robert Carradine was the dad all the time, or at least in this Liz McGuire. But it's a full cast of people that were relevant in 2001 and no longer relevant now.
Exactly.
In what movie?
Max Keeble's big move. It does have Larry Miller, and I'm a huge Larry Miller fan.
Larry Miller's great.
You think you're better than me?
All right, now I'm looking up Liar Liar. I'm like, now
Robert Carradine is always
kid,
relevant.
Liar Liar. God damn it!
All right, are we
Justin
done?
Cooper, who the fuck are you, kid?
Are we gonna work on the master list now?
Does anybody have any honorable mentions? Anything they want to just throw into the mix?
Oh yeah,
sure.
Yeah, we have a couple.
Definitely
Mom.
a Mandela effect.
Wait.
What
I'm
happened?
like having a freaking existential crisis knowing that like
All right, put Jazz on.
and the Homo and the Free Kid are two different people now.
Swap with Jazz. Jazz will take your place while you're having your crisis. All right, so I say Stifler's mom as one of my honorable mentions.
Or the slowpoke behind you there on the couch.
Wow,
Oh, my so
that's Jasmine Slowpoke.
Oh, slowpoke.
I have a clip berries.
Oh, yeah,
I'm throwing
this one, too.
I'm going to throw my honorable mention in there, but it's only because I think only Matt and Rachel have watched this movie outside of myself here. Mother from Anguish.
She was pretty gross.
What about the mother from the movie Mother?
What
I
about
did
the
not
mother
watch Mother.
from Mother's
And I'm
Day?
talking about the Al Brooks movie. But I actually think she wasn't a bad mom.
Chris, have you seen Mother's Day by Charlie Kaufman?
That I have. Yes.
Okay.
Hey, nobody acknowledged when I said Stifler's mom.
No, we acknowledge Stifler's mom is...
I barked.
Jennifer
We did it in our
Coolidge.
hearts.
Jennifer Coolidge is cool. She wasn't a bad mom.
She fucked her son's friends.
That's statutory rape, by the way.
Well,
Yeah, he was
depending on her age.
underage.
Okay, now you have a point there. Yeah.
So,
I also think
They're
Kyle's
in
mom.
high school. I
also think-
was held back a year, so I got to be 18 my senior year of high school. But if you do not get held back a year, you're 17 your senior year of high school.
I think that movie's kind of full of statutory rape. Not date
You're
rape, sorry.
off.
There's a lot of date rape in that movie.
Well, if it
It's a
wasn't
very
for date
not
rape, I'd never
movie.
get laid.
Sublime. I also say
I
Kyle's
can't.
mom.
Kyle's mom.
And being the purist that I am, strictly using movie moms, I use Kyle's mom in Bigger, Longer, and Uncut.
I mean,
Well, Kyle's mom is the biggest bitch in the whole wide world.
Exactly. And like, not only does she start a world war, but she brings on the apocalypse.
I mean, even
Meanwhile,
Saddam Hussein and Satan himself come about.
I think
because
that puts her right up there with Padme.
What do you say, Chris?
I think that'll put her right up there with Padme then.
Yeah, that's true. I truly say the mom from Spanking the Monkey, because she fucked her son a lot.
I don't think.
Let me pull up the description of this movie.
Oh, good.
I don't know if we should.
We're gonna get a description
No.
of Spanking the Monkey.
Spanking the Monkey. All right, so
I messaged this
Just
one to
the title
Rachel.
of the movie and the premise you're giving, like, I'm not
All right.
sure if this is.
bright young student Raymond A. Belly is forced to sidetrack an important medical internship because his mother, Susan, is recovering from a broken leg. When he isn't tasked with the most mundane aspects of Susan's recuperation, Raymond finds distraction in a neighborhood girl, Toni Peck. But as Susan begins relying on her son for both physical and emotional needs, Raymond starts developing disturbing and unwanted new yearnings.
Yeah.
Well, I'm disturbed.
And
Oh.
yeah, I think he also rapes Carla Gallo in it too. I think it's like, and then he does something physical. Then the dad shows up at the house, and then the mom laughs at the dad, and then I think he bangs his mom at the end. But Jeremy Davies, it's probably the weirdest fucking movie I've ever seen.
Okay.
Silence.
Okay.
I
Oh,
don't
All right,
think
what
you can
about,
get.
what about this one? How about this one? And this is kind of a stretch. Chris McNeil from The Exorcist. If she never rented that fucking house to shoot her movie, nothing would have ever happened.
That's a good mom.
Yeah.
She got the Vatican to send an old priest and a young priest to save her daughter.
okay.
That's a good mom.
Because she knew she fucked up by renting that house.
She was housing her kid. I mean, she bought property. I mean, nowadays it's even more valuable property.
How about Mabel Chilton from Ed and His Dead Mother? Dead silence. Great.
Yeah, sorry.
Basically, this.
Go
ahead.
Sorry, Chris, you keep going. But there's an obvious one we didn't get that I realized.
It's an older 1993 Steve Buscemi movie about Ed dealing with his overbearing mother who has now joined the undead and will not stop eating people.
That's pretty bad.
Oh, you just reminded me of another good mom. Another bad mom.
Another good bad mom?
From Dead Alive.
Oh, Dead Alive, right.
Oh, she was a bitch.
Same kind of thing, much more gory.
Yeah, you just reminded me of that one. So,
what was the Stephen King movie about the monster son and mother, and they were fucking each other?
What the fuck is with you and the incest?
I'm starting to see a theme
That's
in
a
your
bad
viewing.
mom. There's nothing worse than a mom fucking her son. That's like the definition of being a bad mother.
I'm starting to see a theme in some of the movies that you've been viewing lately.
So, the obvious one none of us mentioned is Nancy Voorhees.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
However, isn't she just kind of like wasn't she like Sean Cunningham's like kind of like rip off of Norma?
She's also not if you think about it though, she's avenging her son's death.
Out in the open to be like, oh yeah, I just ripped off a psycho to make Jason.
See, I somehow think that she was more of an overprotective mom when he was alive, and she was just avenging his death afterwards.
Yeah, so maybe she's not that bad.
She wasn't a bad mother to him.
Where's Rachel? She's like the decider on these things.
She'll be right back.
She's the only one of us that's a mother, for one, and she's also a lot smarter than the rest of us.
We just went one incest movie too far.
That is true. Rachel is a lot smarter than the rest of us.
About Jenny. Jenny wasn't so much a terrible mother. She's just a terrible person.
Right.
So for Miss Voorhees' case, she's not a terrible mother.
That's where I got.
She's a terrible person.
Like Chris said, she was just avenging her son.
That's where I got
her son. In her mind, she's just being the anti-hero.
I would rank her right up there with Beverly Stupid.
We need your help.
Oh no.
Is Nancy Voorhees a bad mother?
Oh, that's a tricky question.
I put her in the same area as Beverly Stupid because, again, not a bad mother specifically, but a bad person after his death.
Yeah.
That's
crazy, but not a bad mother.
Right. Is she? I mean, if she's not actively harmful to her son, if she is, then
that would make her a bad mother.
Yeah, because she wasn't even there when he died, and then when she found out my kid's dead, all right, well, I'm going to kill all you fuckers then.
Right.
Yeah, but everything
Mom.
that's inspiring her and influencing her to do these things is the love of her son.
Yeah, so she's actually a pretty good mom.
Yeah.
And then she kind of
guided.
She kind of lives rent free in Jason's head, just like Norma her name? Norma Bates.
Exactly.
But I'll give you one definitely though. Laurie Strode. So and no matter what the continuity, she's a bad mom.
That I can
she
agree
has
with.
3 kids and 3 continuities.
Yeah, she's not a good mom, but that's a lot to do with her trauma from everything she dealt with her brother, I guess, Michael Myers. No, not brother.
And with the exception of Jamie, but with Josh Hartnett and Judy Greer, she was a overprotective mother. Judy Greer, she was much worse because she got her kid taken away from her. But with Jamie, she just died and left her kid alone. So I don't know if she was. But also, if you think about it, technically, when they were going to do Halloween H2O, they were going to make that whole thing canon to the storyline, and they were just saying that she faked her death. So that does make her a bad mom. She faked her death and left Jamie without her.
What was the movie with the psychic connection between the mom and the son?
Anguish.
And the son that cut the eyes out?
Anguish.
That was Anguish?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was my honorable mention.
First mentioned that one. Mother.
Yeah, I didn't have
Anguish.
the name connected.
Yeah.
Dan has an honorable mention.
Okay. Lady Jessica from Dune.
I haven't seen Dune. Too much sand.
I don't like
bring it back.
sand. It's so sandy.
I like obscure movies like Spank and the Monkey.
Well, Lady Jessica ends up bringing about the death of like 61 billion people.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Dan has one he hasn't mentioned.
I do?
Yeah, the mom from Terrifier 2.
Oh, yeah. Shit. We were talking about it. Yep. The mom from Terrifier 2.
I have not seen that.
The shock. The look of shock. I've also not seen it, but that look was worth it.
I saw it and I hated Terrifier 1.
I saw the original. I haven't seen the sequel yet.
I know the main
If you are
from the sequel. And
If you are any ounce of a horror fan, you need to watch Terrifier 2.
I have professed myself to be a terrible and bad movie fan. I have not said anything specifically about horror.
You have a movie podcast.
But not a
And you're a
horror
bad movie
podcast.
fan?
Yeah, I love
He has a bad
terrible
movie
films.
podcast.
Terrible films.
What's this show called?
Cinematic Anarchy.
Yeah, but it's not bad cinema.
All right, well,
No,
Doesn't have to subscribe to a
It doesn't say specifically
Doesn't have
anything.
to subscribe to a
Organizational
doctrine
structure by definition.
by definition.
But
I mean, Cinematic Anarchy can still mean you're still, a movie fan.
we do good movies. We do bad movies. We do movies that some people have never fucking seen before. So
Can we do Max Keeble's big move?
Not Spank the Monkey.
I don't think we've done any children's movies. I don't think we've done even a single children's movie ever.
Was
Super Mario
we
Brothers.
still gotta do,
I was gonna mention that.
I don't-
Garbage Pail Kids a kid's movie?
Garbage Pail Kids is a kid's movie.
Garbage
Super
Pail
Mario
Kids,
Brothers is a kid's movie.
Super Mario Brothers.
Garbage Pail Kids shouldn't have been a kid's movie. If you're a responsible parent, you shouldn't have let your kids watch that
I think
trash.
you get him straight to the top of the list. Straight. You make your kid watch Garbage Pail Kids. You're number one.
Bad parent. Terrible.
No.
All right, so
Okay.
I'm gonna jump in here and say with our master list, clearly we all agree that Kate McAllister and Carrie's mom go on there.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's like number 1 and number 2 right there. Because
Yeah.
almost everybody agreed on Kate McAllister. We had at least 2 people with Carrie's mom on the list.
I wish I did because that's a good one.
So I would say
And
Kate McAllister's number 1, Carrie's mother is number 2.
I would say 3 Norma Bates.
I have no objections.
I don't have any
Okay,
objections.
I was going to take it. I know me and Dan agree on that one.
I don't think I have
At
any
least
objections. to that one.
the OG canon Norma Bates.
Yeah, and I think Norma Bates is one of the most iconic bad moms. So I would feel terrible to leave her out. Then we got 2 more.
The
No,
Mama
don't-
Mom from the Goonies.
Yeah, we mentioned her too.
I know, but
Ma
they're the
Fratelli.
finalist. Number 3.
Mama Fratelli.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I think number 3,
She actively belittles
Was she a bad
and
mom?
yeah, she actively
She's just more-
belittles and
she's just more of
undermines
a
her
criminal.
children's
And she
autonomy
locks
and
sloth.
But then again,
self-esteem
chaining up sloth.
and
yeah,
keeps
that's
them
pretty-
involved in criminal
She
activity.
kept one of her children chained
Well,
up.
that's just,
Literally
that's just
changed.
an Italian kind of thing, you know. We just you just got to keep it in the family.
chained him
Yeah.
in the basement with food just out of reach.
Yeah.
Toxic Italianity.
Though she was loving enough to break her son out of jail,
Yeah,
Yeah.
even if it was for her own purposes.
because her son is useful to her.
Yeah.
Yes.
but she
You know,
also
used to be in
kept her
there.
other son chained up in a freaking basement. So
Because he was not useful to her.
Yeah.
So 1, 2, 3.
I only jumped you once. Okay, maybe twice.
I'd put Ma Fratelli at least number 5.
Number 5. So we need a 4.
We need a 4.
I mean, I from the 2 for 2 of the ones that I've heard thus far from your lists, 1 I kind of like Bella's mom from what you said, and 2 Tommy Pickles' mom is actually made a really good fucking point.
I think we should go with Tommy Pickles
I think
because
so too.
she
Yeah.
doesn't just put her child in danger, she puts lots of other children in danger.
Any child in her care ends up in
Yes.
danger.
And what the
But they
hell?
also
is
end
going
up
on
on, like-
the episode? She's just like
They end up on like Pinky and the Brain missions, so
Yeah.
it's like she's almost putting the world at risk too. Padme's a good one too. I just feel like Padme. I don't know. I mean, she could have. I mean, if she wasn't sad, she probably would have been a good mom.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If she'd
in that
stuck
situation, Padme's, a lot of it is she's a victim of some pretty shitty stuff that happens.
Yeah.
Padme
I
didn't
think
really
she just doesn't
stick around
have the
long enough to be a bad mom.
If we're going to talk
resources to
about
cope with it.
dumbest female characters, then I put Padme at the top.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Dumbest, like, love interests. That'd be a good list.
Yeah.
Dumb love interests. Yeah. That sounds like another episode.
But
Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
that's a good
Bad
idea.
romance.
Worst
do bad
romantic
romances.
pairings in movies.
Can we
Yeah.
do bad dads for Father's Day? Well, Father's Day is like in a week.
Father's Day. Yeah, we can do that.
Hey, we did Mother's Day way late. We can do Father's Day late.
Yeah.
We can do we did Mother's Day like a month late. So.
That's going to be a harder list because I think there's much more to work with bad dads
Oh,
in
good
film.
Lord. There's
Yeah.
so many
Darth
bad
Vader.
dads out there.
Frailty.
Ooh.
Right up there, I'm thinking of
I think you got to put the dad from Chronicle in there.
how about Terry O'Quinn from Stepfather?
Oh, absolutely. Hands down. That's number
Right
one.
up there.
That's number one.
We're starting to build a list, and okay, we've already got our list of 1 through 5. We've done
We
that.
need number 4 for the bad moms.
Okay, so what if I do Terry Quinn?
This is Pickles, right?
Yeah, Pickles. I will go with it.
He wasn't a dad in Lost. Well, he kind of was a dad in Lost.
Tommy and Dill's mom. That's number 4.
Yeah.
And number 5 is the Goonies.
Yeah, that's Moffatelli.
Dude, I could totally do Terry Quinn as my list for bad dads. You could do Resident Alien. You could do Lost. You could do Stepdad.
Yeah. I'm sure there's several people that have just perpetually played bad dads.
Yeah, well, I mean, I proved a point that Catherine O'Hara
Is like
is
the queen of bad
typecast into being
mom
a bad
acting.
mom.
I already got one for bad dads in film.
Oh yeah,
Will Smith?
Oblivion. yeah.
R.J. Fletcher from UHF.
Oh jeez,
Weird Al Yankovic.
I'm waiting on that. I
Wait,
purchased
he's a
it.
dad in it?
What?
He's a dad in that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's weird.
That
Al.
movie's like a fever dream.
John Paragon from who's John in Pee-wee's Big Adventure or Pee-wee's Playhouse,
Jonathan Hyde and Jumanji.
and then he was
Freddy Krueger.
Freddy Krueger.
In a minute.
And Freddy said he has a daughter.
True. Or what about Freddy's mom?
We knew Freddy's dad, do we know? Oh, yeah. I was thinking Freddy's mom because, I don't know, that's kind of victim blaming because she got gang raped in a prison.
True.
What about the aunt who's playing the surrogate mom in Sleepaway Camp?
Ooh, because she's forcing
Raise the
Larissa to dress up that way, right?
Yep. Raise the boy as a
Forcing
girl.
this persona on her.
You know what's ironic about Sleepaway Camp?
What's that?
All right, so Felissa Rose has a penis in that movie. And then in Victor Crowley, she dies by getting her arm shoved into her vagina and it comes out of her mouth. You think that he did that on purpose as like a homage?
How many bones would you have to break for that to be actually physically possible? I don't want to know, actually. Don't answer that question.
Victor Crowley!
Probably
Victor
more
Crowley rips a
organs
guy's
punctured
face.
than bones broken.
Well, this is not the right length.
No.
Victor Crowley literally killed somebody by grabbing their mouth and just splitting their skull open. I'm sure he could shove an arm into a vagina and have it come out
I
of a
believe
mouth.
you would have to remove the arm first.
He does.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
He
Absolutely.
rips the arm off and then shoves it up the twat.
Well, then there you go. Problem solved.
But then
Why
there's
is
the
funny?
aiming problem of getting it to go straight up. Because you got the elbow in the middle, it could just deflect off the inside of the rib cage pretty easily.
You're gonna have to lock that shit.
Oh,
Get rid of the
okay.
ram.
Billy Loomis's mom.
Yeah.
I don't know who that is.
That's played by Laurie Metcalf, right?
Yeah. Well, I don't know, but Sydney's mom might be on the list.
Well, yeah.
I don't know, because if we talk about Billy Loomis's mom, her son gets killed, and then she goes after, it's kind of like a whole Nancy Voorhees thing.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think she was a bad mom to him. We don't know
Yeah.
enough about her, really, to consider her bad or good, if you think about
He
it.
turned out pretty fucked up. And wasn't the dad abusive to Billy Loomis?
Yeah. I was going to say, I don't think we got enough backstory on her specifically. Just we knew her situation that she was avenging her son's death.
And Sydney's mom ruined Billy's parents' marriage by sleeping with Billy's father.
So Sydney's mom was pretty shitty.
Yeah, so I think Sydney, if we're going to get any mom from Scream, it should be Sydney's mom, who literally, there's 3 movies about her past.
Yeah. 3 movies directly, where she directly caused something that created a new sequel.
Yeah.
My brain
11, Scream 15, and Scream 28.
After that, they started...
I've seen Scream, the first one. I haven't seen any of the sequels.
After Scream 3, they just started, like, pulling ideas out of a hat. It was almost like the manatees in South Park who were writing Family Guy. Because, like...
You say so.
Because they complete, like, the first trilogy, the first 3 movies are about Sydney's mom's past affecting the present day by creating killers. Then after that, they're like, we're just going to do all tons of shit.
Yeah, just you're cranking the handle on the money machine.
And they were actively in the first 3 movies discussing the tropes of horror movies, sequels, trilogies.
Right. All right, so I really think that when they did Scream, what was the last one? 6? 7?
7, I believe. Yeah.
6.
I think 7.
No, 6.
6?
It went from Scream 4 to then to Scream, which was like the reboot. So, all right, Scream 1 is about horror movies. Scream 2 is about sequels. Scream 3 is about trilogies. Scream 4 is about reboots. Scream 5 is about legacy sequels. And Scream 6 is about franchises. I really think that Scream 7 should be about franchises that have gone on too long.
Yeah.
You think that they would be humble enough to do that, though?
It's so meta, they would have to. I mean, they've...
all the people who would have dismissed the movie because it's just overdone
Sydney go to
might be brought in by the whole meta commentary thing.
That's true. Which is what I was getting to. What if they have Sydney go to space camp and it's just like all franchises go into space when the series is running out of ideas, Sydney?
Yeah, and that's why I keep telling Mark Mackner to do Daisy in space, because we're on our 6th movie now, and Daisy hasn't went into space yet.
Well, in a way, you kind of are.
Scream 7 is in production
because you're doing.
So is Daisy 6.
You're doing alternate space, which is dimensions.
We're doing Yeah, the new one is called Daisy Does the Multiverse.
Daisy Does Dimensions.
Who are you? I don't know. I'm producing it. And I don't even know the title. Who are you playing? Aren't you like Shemp 2 or something?
I play a scientist. Who's scientist 1 and main scientist? I'm not sure yet.
Are you scientist 2?
I'm scientist 2.
I'm playing 3 roles. I'm playing Bobo the Clown, Manny Murderously, and El Guido.
Playing almost as many roles as almost as
Chris,
many
have you
roles
ever checked out our friend Mark's movies, the Daisy series?
I can't say that I have. You're gonna have to send me a link. I'll watch
They're
it.
on. They should all be on the Trauma streaming service, but we're currently working on getting them all on Amazon Prime. Some of them are on Amazon Prime, but I think we're trying to get all of them up there now. Daisy 5 is in post-production, and Daisy 6 is in pre-production.
I shut down a lot of my streaming services recently, so I'll have to resubscribe if it's on there. It's only $5, so I mean, can't really beat that.
Daisy 3 was probably, out of all the movies in the series, Daisy 3 I had the biggest part on, because I was producer, AD, cinematographer. I played 2 different characters. I was a gaffer. I did makeup effects.
They got the most of their whatever money they paid you for that. They got the most out of it, didn't they?
I'm still waiting. I think we agreed on. We agreed on my payment for being executive producer on Daisy 3 is him buying me a beer, which I haven't gotten yet.
Waiting for a beer. Oh.
Mm.
I don't know how long you'll have to wait for that one.
Well, I'll probably get 2 beers after I do Daisy 6.
Get you a 6-pack. Sign you on for the next few sequels.
Wait, no, I think we're on Daisy 5, aren't we? We just finished Daisy 4, so no, we don't. Now we're on Daisy 5. But,
Whole chain of daisies.
fact, Daisy 1 is actually the 3rd Daisy movie, because he originally made it as a short film for Project 21. And then when he realized he was onto something, he made it into a 45-minute film that he wasn't happy with. So then he turned it into the feature that we now know as Daisy 1. Therefore, by the time we did Daisy... So we had an actress... So technically you had three Daisies in Daisy 1. Then we had Mary Sack in Daisy 2. Then we had Nadia White in Daisy 3. And then Jessica Lynn, or Lynch, I don't know what her stage name is, and Rochelle Davis, both playing Daisy in Daisy 4. And then we have a new Daisy in Daisy 5 with all the other Daisies showing up in the multiverse. There's going to be a fuck ton of Daisies.
I feel like I'm going to be watching a lot of Daisy at some point in the future.
Well, now you know. Well, you know what you need to get, Bob. Since they're doing a multiverse of Daisy, you need to get Samantha Mathis to make a cameo.
That'd be cool.
No objection. None at all. All right. So I feel like we're winding down just a little bit here. So why don't we just start moving through with, we'll start with Dan, moving to Bob, then over to the folks over here at Strange and Beautiful Book Club Podcast. Tell us where they can find you.
You can find us at Clockout Films on Instagram and Facebook. You can also like our first feature film, Slaughter Beach, which you can find on Facebook. You can also watch it on Tubi or Amazon Prime, or you can go to srscinema.com and get yourself an exclusive Blu-ray if you're into physical media.
Who isn't into physical media? If you're not, you're horrible.
I know. You want to get physical.
Streaming doesn't last forever. Get something physical.
Yeah, streaming
Pulling up SRS Cinema right now.
As soon as the rights have run their course.
I got a poster I got to mail to you so I can get some autographs.
You have to. We got to do that sometime.
Or maybe I should just make a road trip at some point.
That too. And then we could just do an episode in person.
Right. It's a good reason for a road trip as any as I can think of.
Well, actually, if there's any local listeners in the Philadelphia, Maryland, or New Jersey hemisphere area, Slaughter Beach is having a local screening in Wilmington on June 28th.
I'm washing my hair that day.
That's only half a joke. You still got some right here, you know.
Yeah,
beard is technically hair.
Yes.
By the way, Dan, does Jazz have a hairdryer?
She does.
Yeah.
If I take a shower tomorrow, can I borrow it?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Right. Good. I just want to know, because, you know,
She wants to know what you're going to use it for first.
This thing gets super dry if you let moisture get trapped inside.
Yeah.
You got to really blow it out. Chris knows what I'm talking about. Do you blow dry, Chris?
Of course.
Your beard?
Blow dry and oil it up.
Yeah. Oil, too. And then sometimes wax if I'm feeling festive.
I get a couple of decent balms.
Yeah, I got a good bum. But oil's the best because it really gets down in there.
And where can they find you, Bob? Outside of in their bathroom using the blow dryer.
You were talking, they didn't hear it.
I was interrupting you for once.
Blunt Bob, come on! BluntBob.com, very easy. There you can get my several podcasts I've done in the past. You get my YouTube channel, TikTok, Instagram. I don't have any comedy posted because I don't like plagiarism. And I don't trust... Because somebody did just steal a bit of mine. Some New York comedian just started doing a sexting bit. And I've been doing my sexting bit for like 15 years. And it's basically the same bit. He paraphrased my bit. So So that's why I don't like to post my comedy. But, I mean, look at that one guy with the big teeth. He got famous from posting on TikTok. So now he's got Netflix. So maybe I should. But I do tons of crazy shit online. So you can still check me out. And I'm working on my last 2 movies. I mentioned Daisy 6. And then what's the other one called? Dan Delaware Ghost Hunter?
The First State of Fear.
The First State of Fear, that's nice.
Mm-hmm.
But those are going to be my last 2 films. And then I'm focusing, on my comedy.
What about Heavy Metal Healer?
I'm not the Heavy Metal Healer. I'm Blunt Bob. You got to compartmentalize.
Different
I
personality.
came on as Blunt Bob. If you want the Heavy Metal Healer, you're gonna have to, it's gonna be hard to get them. There's too many versions of me. I gotta, compartmentalize. So I'm Blunt Bob today.
Okay,
Fair
enough.
And I don't think anybody wants to book me as a life coach after hearing me talk about my dick for 3 hours.
Well, we didn't go through that today, so maybe they didn't listen to that.
I'm doing combined. Since I've been on the podcast, I probably spent 3 hours total and combined all of the appearances, straight dick talking.
And that's only the stuff that actually made it into the recording. We're not talking about anything that happens before or after.
Mentioned just the title alone, Spanking the Monkey, right?
Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
Oh, that wasn't my dick. That was Jeremy Davis's dick. Jeremy Davis.
Somebody else's dick. Totally different.
I don't know. So my first film I ever did, I actually had actors quit. There were huge fights over a bit in the script because I had a whole scene about Kevin Bacon's penis. And somebody actually quit because they refused to do the scene because they thought it was unoriginal. They thought Kevin Bacon's penis was overdone. And I really thought, I don't know any other movies that have discussions about Kevin Bacon's penis, so I said it's staying in there.
First time I saw Kevin Bacon's penis when I was 12 years old, and Hollow Man came out. My dad put in his
Hollow Man, yep.
That was a CGI penis, though. But in Wild Things we see it, and that thing, I
figured it was in Hollow Man. I figured it was motion tracking based on his real penis.
That's true. So it was his penis, but it was mostly CGI'd. If anything, they probably made it look smaller because the camera. I mean, you only got so much room in a camera. You might not be able to fit it all in there.
It was Predator Vision Bacon penis.
Right. So I mean, it had to have been a cold room so that he would show up extra colorful. Yeah,
because Kevin Bacon's penis, man. I don't think there's enough pixels to cover that whole thing.
Good to know.
It's a whole pack of bacon. Anyway.
It was definitely not hollow.
I had one of the characters say Bacon's bacon is impressive.
Oh, jeez.
I just thought there was no way I was not going to have a discussion in that scene about Kevin Bacon's penis.
Kind of forced your hand, huh? I mean, after somebody quits, it kind of forces your hand. Yeah, I've got to do it now.
I let him quit. I said, bye. I'm choosing Kevin Bacon's penis over you.
Do you think he called it like Graboid?
I fired the director because the director tried to rewrite the scene.
It's a shame.
The director tried to rewrite the scene to make it work better, and I thought the scene that he rewrote was so bad, I fired him.
He was definitely nicknaming it the Graboid for a decent portion of the 90s.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? In Tremors, those things were really tiny compared to his penis.
I thought that's just what they did with it for the makeup department. That was all him.
Kevin Bacon's penis is the only penis I've ever Googled.
Cannot say the same.
On purpose, anyway.
And I spent maybe 15 years making jokes about Kevin Bacon's penis, and I haven't stopped yet.
The subject, Strange and Beautiful Book Club, can be found at strangeandbeautiful.club or at Strange and Beautiful Network on Instagram.
Yes, thank you, honey, for derailing us away from the dick jokes.
Well, let's see, I'm 37, and I think I made that movie when I was 21, 22.
How is it possible I'm older than you? It can't be possible.
So I guess about 15 years I've been talking about Kevin Bacon's penis.
I mean, everybody has a hobby.
Am I older than everybody here? I think I might be.
In cat years, you are not older than Rudy.
No.
Yeah, aren't you and I pretty much the same exact age?
When were you born?
86.
Same.
Oh,
Kevin Bacon at 65.
Okay, so I've got like 10 years on you guys.
Kira says
guys are
58.
Rachel's 85. I'm 84.
Yeah. Sorry.
Kira
Chris.
Cedric is 58,
Oh.
but she needs to walk with a cane.
See, so you guys are just not like heavily into the vampirism. You are vampires.
Oh, you should see me without a beard. I am a child.
How old are they? I was talking about Kevin Bacon's penis. I didn't hear.
Oh, they're in their
I'm
80s.
40 this year.
You're 40?
I'll be 40 in October.
Yeah.
Okay, so I got like 7
Yeah,
years on
I
you
look
guys.
like shit.
I won't be 40 till next year.
Now I feel like my gray is well earned.
If I was
Yeah.
hanging out with you guys, people would think I'm your dad.
Baby.
The way my mind works, I was like, "Damn, they're almost 40," and then I was thinking, I'm like, "Wait a minute, that's only two more years for me." Whoops.
I know.
know.
They're almost 40. I
I
know
still
you're still
find
away.
myself thinking I'm just like still like 20.
You're that
You're like,
close
How old
to
are
them.
you?
So old.
Chris, how old are you?
I'm 47.
Yeah, you look it.
Yep. I can't hide it with all this gray here. I really can't. I dodged a bullet though. My uncle, like all the males on my mother's side of the family, all went gray like in their 20s, like full gray Steve Martin.
Wow.
Wow.
People
So-
think I dye my beard because it's so dark, but it's because I'm bald that you can't tell that my hair is just dark.
This is all natural color, so I mean, I could be a lot
had
more
hair,
gray than
it
I
would
am.
not be gray.
There's gray hairs in here. You can see them.
I see one right
But
there.
what I was saying is Kira Cedric is 58, but needs to walk with a walker, because she's married to Kevin Bacon.
Yeah.
Back to Kevin Bacon's penis.
Hashtag worth it.
She looks great for her age, considering all the internal trauma she's had. She didn't actually give birth to the children, though. He shot them right out of his penis.
Fully formed human
That's
being.
why
Lucky
she
girl.
looks-
Kevin Bacon gives birth to live young.
Prince, please close this out before he doesn't stop.
Just drink some water, you thirsty bitches, without anything else. I'm just gonna go, run, go.
Leave. Run while you still can.
And now, for a few ads from friends of the podcast.
Hi, I'm Rachel.
And I'm Matt.
We are the hosts of the Strange and Beautiful Book Club. On the Strange and Beautiful Book Club, Matt and I share our adventures discovering forgotten movies, television shows, and books in the science fiction, horror, and fantasy genre.
Not necessarily good movies, though.
Oh, certainly not. We love a good, bad movie. The quirkier, the funnier, the more campy, the better.
But we talk about some classics, too.
Of course, we can't ignore our favorites like Highlander or the 1990s vampire cop television show, Forever Night, which we are currently covering one episode at a time.
As if I could forget.
Oh hush, you love every minute of it.
Come join us every week as we discover, discuss, and dissect fantasy, horror, and sci-fi genre classics. New episodes release every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So remember, sometimes the strangest things are the most beautiful, too.
So be who you are and love what you love. Until next time, friends.
Bye!
This is Two Chicks Talking Flicks, where we review movies. We try to dig deeper and go more in depth.
And profound for me.
Yeah, for me, I'm just like, what? We even bring up relevant topics.
I remember from Punky Brewster that you don't go inside the fridge.
And we're here to have those tough conversations.
And she was wearing a white dress, which
was yellow.
Huh?
It was yellow. So if this sounds like the podcast for you, please enjoy. New episodes every Tuesday.